Good morning and happy senior. I want to offer yet another welcome to, this is the 6th commencement ceremony of the Forest Schools and our 2nd online graduation. And this year, the Forest School Online completes its 4th year with learners and staff from across the United States and across the world. And our mission, as you all know, is that each person who enters our doors will find a calling that will change the world. And today we've gathered to commemorate the contributions, the achievements, and the character of two cool people, Marcos and David, the class of 2025. I want to say thanks to our partners of the Forest School Online, the Forest School and Acton Academy, also the town of Trilith Studios, to our governing board, to all of you Forest School Online families, thank you for partnering with us to rear beautiful humans and learn and live across lines of difference and pursue purpose. And I want to take just a moment to thank some folks who are in this call, even though I'm not able to be there with you, and that is our incredible team. The care, the inspiration, and learning at Forest would be impossible without a dedicated team of guides. Will you all please join me for just a minute in thanking Jessica, Kat, Shamira, Eliza, and Chrissy for their leadership? David and Marcos, you guys started Forest Online. I'm grateful to each of you because you took the road less traveled. And I know what some of your friends probably say about the Forest School, like, that's weird, or no tests, no homework, no unexcused absences, must be nice. On the surface, the Forest School Online appears easy and that it lacks structure and substance, until you realize it also means that no one's telling you what to do, when to do it, or how to think about it. And as it turns out, learning how to lead your own life is actually a lot harder than memorizing for a quiz. David and Marcos, I want to invite you for just a minute to think back to your very first days at Forest Online. And what if, you guys both were with Max and others at the time, what if in those days we would have asked you to design the Forest School Online with the goal of graduating dependent learners, not independent thinkers, not problem solvers, but students who rely on others to tell them what to do, how to think, and when to act. It might seem crazy, it might seem absurd, but I'm actually serious if you'll walk through the logic with me. And those of you who are listening, I would encourage you to walk through the logic with me. If we were to design a school that churned out graduates who can't think for themselves, what would that school be like? Well, there probably would be very little freedom. Schedules would be really rigid and rules would be made primarily by adults. The learning would be passive. Direct instruction would dominate. Most everything would be explained. Curiosity and risk-taking would be discouraged. You'd have an adult at the front of the room most of the time. Assessments would reward single correct answers rather than divergent thinking. Planning and decision-making would be opaque, with adults retaining most of the control over decisions, and students would rarely be asked to do projects that made an impact in their community, and they would almost never be asked to make real decisions that affect their lives. Does this sound familiar? Sadly, it should. This is the current structure of most schools, not just in the United States, but in the world today. Most young people today are still sitting in classrooms where they have to follow rules that they didn't make and listen to answers of questions that they did not ask. But not you guys. This is where your story at the Forest School Online takes a different turn. This is where productive struggle is your training ground for freedom. Because at Forest Online, you've been challenged not just to play the game of school, but to think for yourself. Not just to get a grade, but to learn how to learn and to unlearn and to relearn. Not how to wait for instructions, but to lead without them. Not how to ace tests, but to figure out who you are and how to matter. Real education is not about getting into college. It's about getting into your calling. And moving forward, when you guys leave here, the world won't care what your GPA was, but it will care deeply about your grit, about your vision, and about your voice. And to all of you who are here with us in this online graduation, I'm happy to share that David and Marcos have accepted the challenge, and it shows. Marcos, you have brought diligence, excellence, and a dash of Olivia Rodrigo fandom to everything that you do. Marcos is always willing to help, one person says, is very diligent with his work and does the very best in everything. David, you show up with quiet consistency, strength, and according to your studio mates online, a distinguished gentleman hat. Your steady presence and thoughtful contributions have shaped our online community more than you know. You guys are going to be missed dearly, and we are who we are, thanks to y'all. Today, it's both about you, and it's also bigger than you guys. As a class, you progressed through a learning community that includes great families, great faculty, and great friends of the school. They made sacrifices to give you the experience of a lifetime and to make you ready for life's next steps. And they encouraged you to take advantage of all the opportunities at the Forest School Online. And they embraced the school's hope and promise that you would take on a hero's journey. David and Marcos, it is my privilege and honor this morning to report that you two have done well, that you've made a mark, and that you should be proud. Over your time here at Forest, you've enriched not just your own, but also our lives in a tremendous way. There's no question in my mind that as you go forward, you will bring honor to the Forest School Online for having been here with us. Today's commencement ceremony means that your work here is finished, but that the calling that's placed on your life, that deep, ancient mission, will continue far beyond the walls of this virtual institution. David and Marcos, use the experiences and especially the relationships at Forest as a catalyst for the rest of your life. We are proud of you, we are honored to know you, and we are blessed to be a part of your life. And today, whether it's morning or evening, we celebrate you, the class of 2025. Thank you.